So the entrepreneur that I chose to interview is Susan Peterson, who started the company Freshly Picked. They specialize in baby footwear and other baby products, like baby moccasins, booties, sandals, slip-on sneakers for toddlers, diaper bags, and swaddles. The company officially started in 2009, but Susan's story started a little bit before that. Their family was really poor, and so she was doing a few things on the side just to try and earn some money, one of which was a little Etsy business where she sold baby blankets that she sewed. From there, her husband was able to obtain some old windows from his work, so Susan took the glass and the frames and separated them and sold the glass to one company and the frames to another company, and used that money to buy scrap leather, which is how she made her first pair of baby moccasins. She ended up adding those to her Etsy store, and over the next few years her customer base grew and grew on Etsy, and she was able to transfer her Etsy business to an e-commerce business. Her entire business has been funded entirely by bootstrapping and things like that. Some of her mentors and advisors are her mom, who is an amazing seamstress and taught Susan how to sew and helped her develop the products, and a friend that she had that had a pretty successful Etsy business and kind of showed Susan the ropes on how to have a Etsy store and successful e-commerce business. Her team was just her for a while. Eventually, she hired some women that she knew to help her sew, but that was one of her mistakes, is she tried to do it on her own for too long. She had a hard time trusting people enough to let them in her business. She learned from that though, and eventually was able to delegate and hire people to help her and put people in charge that knew how to do business. In 2014, she appeared on Shark Tank and made a deal with one of the people on there. Afterwards, it ended up falling through though, so she still owns 100% of her company. But the publicity from Shark Tank helped her business blow up, and some of the Kardashians and Chrissy Teigen and other celebrities like that have bought Freshly Picked moccasins for their children. Today it's a multi-million-dollar business. It's very successful, and she partners with Disney and Harry Potter and other things like that. Some of her resources that she used to build the business was word of mouth, her good sustainable products, and her blog. She has a pretty popular blog that attracted a lot of moms and people that eventually bought her products, and that really helped her business grow. So the important concepts that I learned from talking to Susan was to be flexible and pivot when appropriate. She started with blankets and ended up switching to baby moccasins, and after she had her successful baby moccasin business, she ended up adding things like a diaper bag or little booties and sandals for toddlers and things like that. I'd like to apply that by letting my business go where it takes me, by listening to the market and the customers and what their needs are, and tweaking and adapting my business and pivoting when it makes sense to do so. The second thing I learned from her is that you get what you put into it. Her little business could have stayed a side business, could have stayed on Etsy, but she saw an opportunity and she worked hard, and so she was able to take it to an e-commerce business and made it really big and successful. The third thing I learned is to be resourceful and to use what you have to get what you need. Susan was very resourceful in getting the materials she needed. Rather than just going and buying leather, she sold windows and did other things to earn money so she could buy scraps of leather to make her moccasins. She used what she had to get other things to eventually get what she needed. She's really resourceful, and I'd like to apply that by thinking about what I already have and how I can get things that I need in a cheaper and more effective way rather than just buying it brand new. Talking to Susan was very inspiring. She's a very dedicated, hard worker, very innovative. She's done everything that she's set her mind to, and she inspired me to work really hard to start my business and to not give up when there's any roadblocks.